Wow, I look so hungover and attractive.
You sound like death. I actually sound like death.
You're starting to come down with the bubonic plague as the days go.
I like 4 boys at once.
I wish I liked one. I don't like any. 4, imagine liking 4 boys. I'm so jealous.
I can get it though. I could see how you like, maybe not 4, but I can see how.
I think how we're literally exposing Misha Grimes at him right here. It's
exactly.
hysterical. But like one of those like bitchy channels, you know.
The tea channels.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another video. Today I've got a special guest.
Hi.
We all know who this is. It's Misha Grimes, the one and only. You've not been on my channel. Well, we've not done a sit down video since our last one, which is weird, isn't it?
So weird. Quickest 2 months of my entire life.
So weird. But
So
we have filmed a
weird.
video on Misha's channel the other day, so I will leave a link to that in the description box if you want to go and check it out. But today's video was supposed to be a Wine Wednesdays, where we sit and chat with a glass of wine.
I don't drink wine though. This is one of the problems. One of the many.
Or like maybe like a gin and tonic, or just, you know, a little midweek
alcoholic
treat.
beverage.
We can't drink alcohol because we are recovering from the night before.
Woo!
And yeah. Literally recovering from the night before.
I'm fluey coldy. Well,
This just come on in like an hour.
I know.
Oh,
I just sound like death. I feel okay. I just sound horrendous.
Honestly, Brooke, you can cure the world. Like,
Don't. I've got such a bad immune system. Like, if there's anything going around, my body's just like, gimme, and I'm like, don't gimme.
There's no wine, but if you wanna, you know, have a glass, you go right ahead.
Or a bottle.
I've got a coffee right now. So
I did have a bottle of water, but I drank all of it.
bit of a difference. But a lot of you guys were asking us to do another kind of like, well, I did one last week or a couple of weeks ago with my friend, and it was like a boy talk giving advice video, and I loved it.
Loved it.
It was so fun to film. It's so good to like give advice, and then you're just like, where is this knowledge coming from? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's coming from thin air.
Literally. But loads of you guys submitted some scenarios, questions, things you want answered, and oh my gosh, they were juicy.
Yeah, we can't wait. We were reading them last night when we were a little bit tipsy. We were like, oh my god.
Okay, so someone has asked us, my ex is turning bitter and stopping talking to you after you've broken up. I think she's talking about a third person.
Okay, yes, yeah.
We used to be best friends. So pretty much they used to be really good friends. They've obviously split up and now he's gone a bit bitter.
Yeah. See, I feel like we have very different experience of this though.
Yeah.
Because I have not spoken to my ex-boyfriend at all. Like, I don't speak to him. We're not in the same world.
Right.
I myself don't think I could ever be friends with someone that I've like been in a relationship with.
I do get that.
And things like that, because I've just never had the experience.
It depends as well, like on the level of friends. Like, I still talk to my ex-boyfriend, but we like don't hang out 3 times a week and go for a coffee. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, there's like a line.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's difficult once you've been in a relationship with them to go back to the friendship that it was before.
Same, I really do. And I think
because so much has happened.
She sounds like she is really longing for that to come back. But you also have to understand as well, if like you've split up with them, you know, unfortunately
they feel a bit heartbroken.
They feel heartbroken, and they only view you in that romantic light now. So the thought of them suddenly going back and being friends and maybe talking about like you going on dates with other guys, or that would probably kill them on the inside.
Yeah.
So I get why you feel like that, because
they're probably trying to get over you, and spending more time with you won't necessarily help them.
No.
So I feel like maybe you need to give it a bit of time.
100%. That's what
time heals everything. It's actually a sick joke.
I completely agree, and I think maybe like in a few months or a year, maybe you could go back and kind of rebuild part of the friendship.
Yeah, but it will take time. I feel like you can't go from like being besties to then being in a relationship, probably sleeping together,
and then go back
suddenly go back to being platonic friends.
Very difficult.
Very confusing.
So yeah, maybe just give him some space and some time. Like, I know it's annoying for you, but you've got to kind of respect them. If you love them, what is that thing? If you love them, then let them go.
Oh, don't. That's so sad.
I know. I mean, I wouldn't know that.
No, I don't have that experience. No. We'll go with. Do we like our matching outfits?
I know. We're like twins right now. Well,
I think the Playboy misguided match.
Yeah, we like this. This is the comfiest jumper I've ever.
Comfy.
Oh my god, amazing. That's quite a good one. How do you stop yourself catching feelings too quickly? Why are you stopping it? Why are you stopping yourself catching feelings too quickly?
That's me though. That's me. I'm like, nah, I need to protect myself. Walls up.
Maybe don't let them know that you're catching the feelings so quickly. But if
That's not a bad
the way
idea,
you fall, then that's the way you fall.
So are you like that? Are you like a majorly?
With
like
my last relationship, like my only long-term relationship, like I fell like that. Like we were going out within 2 weeks of knowing each other. we were spending every day together. But that's then made me realise that like that's what I want next time as well though. Because now when I meet guys and I'm like, I'm not vibing it, I'm like, oh, is it really the one then?
How I always see it, I'm like, if it's meant to be, it'll be like perfect, which isn't realistic at all. So it's like, I want this dream person that like we meet and it's just like ba-bam. But then normally the people that it's like ba-bam are F-boys because they have so much practice in charming you that you fall so quickly because they're blooming experts.
And they've done that so many times before.
Yeah, and they're doing it 10 other girls at the same time.
I agree.
Oh, so I feel like if you really know that they're going to be trouble, I feel like
then maybe have your guard up.
Yeah.
But also sometimes having your guard up can also damage you because they feel like they're not getting anywhere. They feel like they're not getting anything back. So I think you have to assess the situation. And if he's a nice enough guy, then let him in.
At the end of the day, I always think, what's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen?
I know, you're going to get hurt, but like that's kind of life.
That's life. And like if you're, say, like texting someone and like there's something that you want to say but you're like a bit too scared to say it, I'm like, just say it because then it's out there, you said it, what's the worst that can happen?
Whereas like bottling these things up and keeping them is never good, I don't think. This was such a good question. What should you do if the boy your bestie fancies is messaging you? P.S. Love you. Thanks, girl. So this is really hard because I am very one for like, I'm so one for loyalty. Like I'm obsessed with it. I am just, I can't be friends with people that are snaky. However, if she fancies him but like he doesn't fancy her and he's never attempted to pursue her, he's never, I kind of think you can't call dibs on someone that doesn't like you back.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It takes me back to like primary school where I remember this one girl, you know, am I the only one that in your school you used to have like a fancy list? And it was like you said,
oh wow,
I know,
I never had this.
I know. So like me and my best friend would be like, so I fancied this person the most, then I fancied this person the most.
Right, okay.
And like my literal like year 4 boyfriend, who I really don't count as a boyfriend.
But you know.
But I didn't have a boyfriend at this time. She said, I fancy Liam the most, and then I fancy Johnny, and then I fancy Matty. And then I said that I fancied Johnny the most. I ended up going out. I mean, I was literally like 10 years old, don't really do anything. Going out with Johnny, and then she had a go at me because Johnny was second on her fancy list.
See, I don't know. I think that's a bit, and that it does continue.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does.
I have girls that like will go on a night out, and they'll be like, oh my god, like I called it. I literally have had people say, I called dibs on that boy. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, you obviously fancy him and stuff. And obviously, if he's vibing you back, then I think that's completely fine. I'm not going to, butt in between.
Yeah.
You know,
hi!
No. But at the same time, it's like, they also have feelings as well. And, like, do they actually like you?
They might not have called dibs on you. They might have called dibs on your friends.
So it's a really hard one. But I also believe in just being honest from day dot.
Yeah, I do agree.
If you are going to go for it, if you are going to do it for whatever reason, you've got to tell your friend. The secret is actually one of the worst parts of the whole thing.
No, exactly. There's so many things that happen in life and it's only made worse by keeping it a secret.
100%.
Like, I know it's so hard, like honesty is the best policy, but it does. It does make all the difference.
It does. And if she's like a good friend of yours, like she's going to remember that more. She's going to remember. It's not about the boy. It's not about that. It's
and if nothing's ever happened between them two, then I feel like she'll be like, oh, okay then.
She might be a bit pissed for like a day.
Yeah, exactly.
And she'll get over it.
But, you know, one of those things.
But if something has gone on with her and him, then I would not get involved.
No, I don't think I could go for someone else's.
No, I couldn't.
No.
I'd find it a bit odd, I think.
Yeah, also I don't think I'd like the thought of like, oh yeah, you've slept with them and I've slept with them and we've all slept with them.
We're all sitting in this room, we've all seen each other.
Yeah.
Naked. This is good.
Ooh.
Okay, alright, I want to know your thoughts on this, Misha Grimes. Okay. What to do when your friends hate the boy that really likes you?
I think it's so difficult when it comes to friends and family not liking the person that you like.
Oh my god.
Because in my past experience, I feel like the family and the friends are always right.
Yes, but I think you're right, and you can be blinded.
Yeah, you
can
be blinded, but then also you can't make a decision because of other people. It has to be your own decision.
Great, love that. Yeah.
I feel like you will eventually come to the same decision as your family and friends.
Yeah, it might just take you a little bit longer.
It might take you a little bit of time because you might be blinded by the situation. Yeah. But I don't think I could be with someone that didn't get on with my friends and my family. Like, imagine if
same. I want my boyfriend to hang out with my friends all the time.
Oh my god, yes.
I would find that really, really awkward, especially because like your lives cross over so much. Like your friends do cross into your boyfriend and your family. Exactly. And imagine like it being Christmas time and you want your boyfriend to come over, or like even just like a family meal and like they outwardly have said that they dislike him.
Yeah, because we've both got quite close families that, like, any occasion, if I had a boyfriend,
would be invited.
They would be invited.
Yeah,
so imagine that, and it was just really awkward. So I feel like you need to trust your family and your friends.
I know. I think hear them out. Yeah. They might be seeing something that you might not be seeing in this person.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also do know of friends, and you know, not necessarily my own, but I've heard stories and stuff that sometimes just want to sabotage.
Yeah.
And they are a bit bitter and jealous.
Yeah. So you've got like a single friend that doesn't want you to get in a relationship,
and they're like, oh, he's done this, he's done that, and makes up all this stuff, and you're just like, what? Like, that's not. So it really depends who's saying.
It's also like if this person is worth it.
Very true.
But like, is a guy ever worth falling out with your family and friends over? Probably not.
Unless they literally are the love of your life.
Yeah.
Like Dirty John. Have you seen that on Netflix?
God. Oh my god, so good.
So scary.
The ending. Oh my god, no, wait. Have you seen? If you go onto Netflix, there's the actual documentary.
Yes, I watched it.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's actually real.
It's insane, isn't it?
Oh my god, ridiculous. Insane. Like, how?
And they were warning this woman. They were saying, Mum, they were her children. They were like, Mum, he's dodgy, and she was.
He's a psycho.
Literally, like, what's the word when you're like
blind? No.
Yeah, like no mirror. Like
yes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, literally, she did not listen to her kids.
No, not at all.
One of them nearly died.
I know, ridiculous, crazy. Oof.
I've been with my boyfriend for 6 months, but I still doubt if I'm good enough or not. What should I do? That's really sad.
That
like,
makes me so sad.
I know. Is this because you feel like that, or is he making you feel like that? Because if anyone's ever making you feel like that,
true shout.
Leave.
Yeah.
Leave.
Such
not worth
shout.
it. You want someone that literally worships the ground you walk on.
Yeah.
It's a self thing. It's actually really, I actually really relate to this. I at times have felt more insecure in relationships than I have out of them.
Really?
Which is the most weirdest thing. At times I felt more secure with myself being single. Like when I was I was so insecure. I was so insecure.
I'm not surprised though, because that was a fucked up
toxic situation. I was so insecure. I would go on nights out and be like, oh my god, it was a disaster.
No,
like for my insecurity.
I can get that. I can totally get that.
So
I feel like when you're single, it's easier to focus on yourself.
100%.
Be selfish, look after your mental health.
You're so right.
Whereas I think I was probably my unhappiest I've ever been
when you're in a relationship.
When I was in a relationship.
Because you're like trying to put yourself into, like you're so
you don't put yourself first, which is totally fine, and I get that. And obviously if you love this person, you will put them first for everything, just like you probably do with your family. Yeah. But I feel like I wasn't necessarily ready to do that.
Looking after yourself.
And I wasn't looking after myself, and I was just thinking about that other person. So now for me, the thought of being in a relationship and not being selfish is so bizarre.
Yeah, same.
Because I'm like,
I've become so selfish over the last 2 years.
I know I'm being selfish.
Same.
I know I am.
And like, it's on my terms. I'm doing this today, and I'm going here, and I've got 100%.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I'm not having to factor in somebody else's lifestyle into my life. I'm just living my own life.
Yeah, I get you.
Mental.
I mean, the fact that you've been together for 6 months, and you know, you're like, oh, I'm doubting if I'm good enough or not. That's really, when you read that out loud, I think speak to them. I definitely think speak to them. I think say what you're saying to us, to that person that loves you and cares about you and knows you and has been with you for 6 months. They're probably going to tell you something completely different to what you're thinking, and it's probably all in your head.
Yeah, and you probably just need them to help you work through it. Because this is what I always say. I feel like any remaining problems I have, I would actually need to be in a relationship with someone to like iron out those things.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I couldn't do them on my own.
Yeah, I agree.
See, this again makes me feel really sad.
Oh no.
How to say politely that you are not comfortable to send pictures.
Oh, I love this question.
That you feel forced to.
Like, this question, I think this question has got worse since I've got older. Like, I'm now 23, and nudes were a thing when I was in school, but they weren't a huge thing.
I feel like not.
It was just kind of
I knew anyone that did them.
No, it was just coming around when I was probably about, I was probably about 15, 16 when it was coming around. Now I hear of literally 12-year-olds talking about this. I mean, there was something on Loose Women the other day, like 2 children were sending naked images of themselves to each other, but that, it actually is it's an offence. It's an illegal offence. It's illegal. Because it's child, images like
it's children naked, which is illegal. It just worries me that it's now acceptable for guys or girls
to pressure you into that. Or ridiculous.
Why would you even ask that question? I just don't like.
How does that come into the convo? Are you just having a normal chat? Hi, how was your Saturday? By the way, send me a photo of your boobs.
I just don't get it. I've never sent a nude. It's just not.
Do you know what? I have never sent a nude.
It's not in my reality,
and it's just not my cup of tea.
No.
Now, if you are of legal age, and you're
both consenting people,
and you want to get on with that, crack on. Like, yeah, literally. But I honestly think if you're young and you're just talking to someone, really think about this, because those images do not go away.
You cannot get those back.
People forget now that stuff that goes out there, that's it. You can't pull it all back. You can't undo that. People also, I've heard of people using them to literally like kind of blackmail people. Like, I'll show so-and-so if you don't do this.
Oh, trust me, I've heard of those situations.
It's
friends.
Horrendous. Like, and also that should not validate you to a man. Like, a real man is not going to sit and harass you and ask you for naked photographs. A boy is, a man isn't. I'm sorry.
Sing it, sister.
We are getting so sassy today, aren't we?
But also, the thing that, if you were to do something like this, if you were to send a nude and then you regretted it, totally get that.
Yeah.
But the thing that I always think about, that I'm like, thank goodness this is now illegal, is that it's now illegal to revenge porn,
revenge
is what
porn.
they call it.
Oh my god.
So posting. So say you and your boyfriend are in a really happy relationship. You're sending nudes. A year later, you break up. Really sour breakup.
Bitter.
If they then had these inappropriate photos, you may not even be aware of these photos. Literally. You may not remember them. If they were to post those on social media, anywhere, they could go to prison.
They've got the power. They've got, they could go to prison. But they also have that power over you, which that terrifies me. I don't want someone to have that sort of control over me where they have something on me type thing. I also think, like, if you are going to do it, please be really careful about it. Like, don't put your face in any of these images. Like, that's the one biggest thing that people say, like, do not have your face
I never really thought about things
in the
like
images.
That.
Just don't do it, because then you can, like, whereas when your face isn't in it, you can always dispute it's not you.
And I feel like people think like, oh, but it's Snapchat, so like they can't screenshot.
There's now apps where you can screen record the thing without them knowing.
Phone.
You can loads of stuff like that. That doesn't work anymore. I just think be really careful about who you're trusting with those photographs, especially if you're young.
The bottom line is, if you don't want to do something, don't do it.
And that literally counts for anything in this life.
And if the boy is trying to make you, or even like, if a guy asks you for nudes, I would literally block their number.
It would put me off it.
I would not. If they were saying it as a joke, like they were like, oh yeah, lol.
But I've definitely spoken to boys before that have, like, they've not outright said like send me a nude, but they've definitely like said things. And you know when you're just like, I don't like the way this conversation is going.
See, I would literally, that would turn me off straight away.
And I'm not saying that obviously sex and stuff like that is part of a relationship, but also like that's not what I should just be solely about. Like, it's not just when the same conversation just keeps coming back and it's all about that. Like
no. Thank you, next.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely got worse since we've got older.
No, I
can't imagine what it's like in schools now with that. I think that's a really popular, like, common
horrendous
thing.
But even if you got sent a nude photo of someone, if you were to send that to somebody else, you could still like
end up arrested.
Or a criminal record. I don't even know what they do, but
I mean, they'll probably give you a caution or something.
Yeah, something. What do you think about phone checking?
Oh yeah.
This is such
an interesting one. I know so many girls that have found out their boyfriend was cheating from doing that.
Yeah. Same.
I feel really funny about it. I think it's an invasion of privacy. I would never do it if I trusted them. However, if I had a gut feeling that they were cheating on me and I really believed it, right, I would check the phone. And it always makes me laugh when you find out that they are, and then they turn around and go, you were looking through my phone? Screw that, you've just bloody cheated on me.
I feel like it's people's defence mechanism. I'm like, you cheated! You're in the wrong!
You can then eliminate the fact that I snooped through your phone because you cheated. Whereas if you hadn't cheated and you've gone on someone's phone, that's obviously not great.
You've got to hope that you have a good relationship, that they're not like hiding their phone. Because like, even like, obviously me and my mum.
Yeah, I just leave my phone out.
I just leave my phone out.
And so do I. And if they went on my phone, like, I wouldn't freak out about it. I think that is always a little bit of a weird sign. Like if you pick up a guy's phone to like change a song or something and they literally shit themselves, I'm like,
oh no, I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But like, even when I was with my ex-boyfriend, I feel like we went on each other's phone. But it was just like, oh, he'd use my phone to like text someone.
Checking.
No, I wasn't checking. I don't think
Whereas I think if you're actively checking, then you know something's not right.
Yeah,
something's obviously not right.
Something's not going to be right in the relationship that you don't have the trust for. Because I don't think I would even ever think.
I'd be scared to check the phone because they're going to come in the room. People see me on the phone.
Don't.
Like, what do? Do you do it when they're asleep?
Probably. Oh my god, but then what if they wake up and you're like sat in the corner of the room?
On the phone. Oh, and also you've got to then prepare yourself before you check the phone for what you're going to find.
Maybe.
And if you find small things, I don't think you can be annoyed.
No, I know.
Like, you know, if they've been on a few, you know,
I heard of someone
websites or something, you can't. Because I know girls that get annoyed when their boyfriends watch porn. And I'm like,
You don't know the girl.
I think that's a really silly thing to get annoyed at.
Yeah, same.
That to me is not cheating. I know girls that think that's cheating, and I'm like,
how?
Like, are you out of your mind? Do you really think that they're not up to that when you're not around?
My thing is though, I'm so like, obviously I don't have a boyfriend or anything, but I'm so like chilled if a guy was to watch porn, like I really don't care.
I really couldn't care less.
Because I'm not going to do what they're doing on porn, so watch it and then I don't have to.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
That was your 5 minutes of fun.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, next. We get on to porn from that.
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know.
So, my boyfriend has no ambition in life, which makes it hard for me, but I still love him.
I
would struggle majorly with that.
So would I. Now it depends on your age, because I think sometimes it's an age thing, like when you're like 17, 18, maybe they're not ambitious because they're not at that point.
Yeah, they're not at that, like,
you're young and
mummy
naive.
and daddy, so they don't think about the big picture.
When I first met my first boyfriend, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, have you got ambition? We were 17. Like, I didn't, it's only now I'm 23 that I'm like, right, I want some of these things. But ambition is very important.
Ambition is so sexy.
It's so attractive, and like it's so nice that they like care enough to go and like they have a passion or a career or it is an attractive trait. So I think that is kind of a big thing. I think that only gets worse as you get older as well.
Yeah,
that's only going to impact the relationship more as you get older.
With like your children and things like that. So if it's a big enough problem that you don't think you could work past it, then maybe it's not the right thing to be in.
Because also, people always say, I've heard people say this a lot, that ambition is something you either have or you don't. It's not necessarily like a trait or something that you kind of like develop or learn. Most people say like some people just don't have that ambitious thing in them and other people do.
It's so true though. Like, it's so true.
I feel for you, because if you love someone and that's the problem, that's very difficult. Because if everything else is right,
it's in one way it's such a mini problem. It's not like they're not a cheater, they're not a liar.
Exactly.
In another sense, if you're an incredibly ambitious person, maybe you could encourage them to be more ambitious, and then you could drive them
to find something they like enough to then be ambitious. Because I think that's what it takes. I think once you've found your thing, you can then be really ambitious because you're passionate about it. Yeah. It's when you're in a job or in a school or whatever it is that you don't like that you're like, oh.
Yeah, no, exactly. So accurate.
Yeah, maybe it's just he's just not in the right place.
Yeah, and maybe he just needs a bit of guidance.
Yeah.
So we've also got like, if a guy...
Just that on you.
It's fine, I love you still. If a guy is like talking to you and they like you and then you don't like them, what do you do and how do you... I'm the worst.
I think that being kind of honest up front is kind of better. Not that we all end up doing it.
No, but like, I've been ghosted, so I know that's not the right thing to do.
Same, I've been ghosted and it's not the right thing to do.
No.
Because it hurts more because you're like, what's wrong with me? Whereas like if they had just said at the time, obviously you're not going to be like, yes. You're never going to be like, yay, you
in the moment you're not going to be like, yeah, you didn't ghost me, you told me why you hate me and we're not going to work.
But like in the long term I'm actually going to respect you more. You're also entitled to have those feelings, like, and I think that's a way better way of going about it than literally just ghosting someone. Like, I just think that's the worst of the worst. But how would you say it? Because I always do the thing of saying things like, I'm not looking for anything serious at the moment, when I actually am really looking for something serious, just not with you.
So I can like someone and then wake up the next morning and suddenly I can feel completely different.
I've had that, yeah.
And there could just be something that they've done or said.
Minor things, like you've got the ick. You've got the ick.
Ick
I hate it. I hate it.
Is a thing.
I never thought it was a thing, and then I had it, and I was like, oh, it's a thing.
The ick is a thing, and it's an actual
problem. Imagine you get married and you settle down, you've got 2 children, then you wake up one day and you've got the ick. What do you do? What do you do? Do you just go, I'm sorry, Harry, I'm on a divorce? Like all of a sudden. I know.
Horrific.
Oh,
horrific.
God.
The ick needs to not exist. But it is so difficult because, like, I mean, I had a situation.
Right.
I don't like it. I don't like talking about these things. Okay. Then I talk about it on YouTube, so I'm kind of completely going against that.
Hi, world.
But in my situation, I didn't really have a reason to get the ick. Like, I really didn't. And, like, even now, I, like, speak to Chloe about said person and I'm like, oh my god, they would make the perfect husband. You know those guys that would make the perfect husband? They'd be the perfect boyfriend.
Yeah,
they'd
they're
be
great.
The best
they
dad,
tick every box.
But for some reason, you just don't want them.
There's no spark. You
just
chemistry,
don't. It's just
sexual attraction. Yeah,
it's just
like that.
For some reason, you just don't want to, and that I find that so sad.
So do I.
Because they can be the perfect person, but for some reason there's just something missing.
Yeah.
And like, how do you explain that to them?
I know.
How, like...
And it's so offensive as well, like, as in, like, for them to hear. So it's like, you want to be honest, but also you don't want to, like, go in and be savage.
No, exactly.
So it's like that middle ground. Like, they're still going to be annoyed at you, but...
Yeah, they're gonna have a go at you no matter what you say.
You've just got to prepare yourself for that. I mean, I had a friend of mine who had gone on a couple dates with this boy, and then she decided before the 3rd date that she wasn't vibing him. And she went on the date. She said she was quite rude on the date because she was trying to put him off of her. Like, she was quite, like, cold. Like, she was, yeah. And then she didn't kiss him in the car, but she'd kissed him on the other 2 dates. So she was like, he'll get the hint, like, I didn't kiss him. And then she, like, left the car, and he was like, look, what is up with you tonight? And she, like, she wrote out a thing. She was just like, I'm really sorry, like, I'm just not feeling it. Like, you're lovely.
I couldn't have seen them on that 3rd date. I would have had to cancel.
She was like, you are a really lovely person, and he was really lovely, and he took her on really nice dates and everything, and what a nice gentleman and a nice boy.
Then I feel bad because, like, they've spent money on dates.
But she said to him, like, please don't, like, you've been amazing, like, don't let, sounds so bad.
It's not you, it's me, but
like, you are actually a really nice guy, it's just not working for me.
This was my exact situation.
And she did say it in the end, but he wasn't happy.
With my situation.
No.
My situation.
But what do you do?
This is my thing, and I'm like, although obviously the easier option would be to ghost them, but if you run in similar circles, you can't really do that because that's very awkward. Oh, that's the builders.
Building, don't even.
Also, at least if you tell them what's going on in your mind, you've got a clear conscience.
Yeah.
You don't always have that thing.
Yeah.
Of, oh, I just disappeared.
And you're so right. If you ever bump into, you're so right. Yeah.
Because I think my ghosting experience, I think the person's trying to clear their conscience.
I think the ghosting experience comes from a place of, like, they think it's better to just, like, disappear. But, like, if you've been talking to someone for a while and then they literally just disappear on you, you're like, what have I done wrong?
This is the problem. You then think, what have I done? Rather than, you don't really.
If they had messaged me and said, look, it's just not kind of working for me, I'd be like, all right, I wouldn't feel woe is me. No. But by them ghosting you, it makes you feel really, like, insecure.
And also, ghosting is almost like, oh, they'll just come back.
I know.
They'll just.
Really they do. They always just, like, they do.
They do.
But I think that's kind of a common thing with men nowadays. Like, now I'm getting into my 20s, I'm starting to see, and, like, I guess in 2019, this thing of, like, talking to a girl for a while, promising all these things, over-promising and under...
Moving on, and then coming back.
And then coming back. And then going again, and then coming back.
We're not down for that.
Like, what?
It's not acceptable behaviour.
I never ever understand the whole, was it over-promising and underselling?
I hate over-promisers and under-deliverers.
That's it. I never, why do that though? Why even do that? Like, I'm not asking you to do those amazing things.
Exactly. You came up with those ideas, why would you come up with them if they were never going to happen?
Like,
ridiculous.
We sound like two very
angry single ladies.
Men, yeah. I feel like that's what this whole series is just turning into at the moment. It's me so anti-men, just different friends.
Literally. One day we'll do a double boyfriend tag.
One day we'll do a husband tag.
Imagine, like, us sitting with, like, guys.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would make a change. And we could, like, give advice on how we ended up there. I don't know how I'm ever going to end up there at this rate. I'm going to be alone with my dogs forever.
You'll have me, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in for this episode. Thanks for coming on my channel.
Thanks for having me, even if you didn't drink wine.
Go and check her channel out. I will leave it in the description box, and also leave the video that we filmed on her channel, which was most likely to.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this kind of waffly long video again, but I like these chit chat ones.
I love a good split.
I love a good, chatting rubbish, talking about juicy topics. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Don't forget to leave me a comment below and let me know what else you want me to talk about in future episodes. Check us both out on Instagram.
Feel free.
And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.
Bye.